Assalamu alaikum, this is Salim Kadir welcoming you to news at 5 p.m. on BTV and BTV World. Good afternoon. The first ever metro rail of the country is all set to go into commercial operations. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate the long-cherished metro rail on December 28th. The Metro Rail Authority said as many as 10 sets of trains will carry passengers between Uttara and Agargaon. Initially, limited numbers of passengers will be carried. There are 9 stations between Uttara's Diabari and Agargaon. Of the stations, 7 have already been completed. Construction work of the other 2 stations in Kazipara and Sherapara is coming to an end soon. Passengers have to pay Taka 5 for each kilometre on the metro rail, while the minimum fare will be Taka 20. Insiders said the metro rail will usher in a new era in the communication network of the capital. The ruling Awami League brought out a grand rally in the capital today, marking the Great Victory Day. The rally started from the engineers institutions adjacent to the Sohrawardi Udyan and ended at historic Bangabandhu Bhavan at Dhanmandi 32, parading Shahbag, Elephant Road, Science Lab, Kolabagan and Mirpur Road. Awami League General Secretary Ubaidul Qadir was present at the rally as a chief guest. Awami League President members Jahangir Kabir Nanak, Abdur Rahman, Mufazzal, Hossein Chaudhry Maya and Shahjahan Khan, Joint General Secretary Mahbub Alam Hanif, Information and Broadcasting Minister, and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood, Bahaduddin Naseem, among others, attended the rally. The ruling Awami League also holds the rally across the country simultaneously as a part of the central program. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Ubaidul Qadir has said it is the BNP, not the Awami League, is doing the trickery to the nation. The government of Sheikh Hasina has been working for the betterment of the people, he added. Ubaidul Qadir said this today in response to queries from journalists at the meeting of Health and Population Affairs Subcommittee formed on the occasion of the Awami League's 22nd National Council. The meeting was held at the political office of the Awami League President in the capital's Dhanmandi today. Speaking as chief guest, Ubaidul Qadir said the Washington mission of the BNP to have an embargo on Bangladesh has been failed.
বলেছিলাম পদ্মা সেতু আমরা করেছি ৩১,০০০ কোটি টাকা, এটা নিজেদের টাকা। ছলচাতুরি কোথায় করব? বলেছি মেট্রো রেল করবো, ২৮ তারিখে ফার্স্ট ফেজের উদ্বোধন হবে, ১০০ নতুন রাস্তা উদ্বোধন হবে, ১০০ সেতুর উদ্বোধন হয়েছে, বঙ্গবন্ধু টানেল আমরা করেছি। জাতির সঙ্গে ছল চাতুরি সবই বিএনপি করেছে, আমরা চাতুরি করিনি। আমাদের বিরুদ্ধে ষড়যন্ত্র করেছে, আমরা কারো বিরুদ্ধে ষড়যন্ত্র করিনি। আমাদের নেত্রীর উপর ২০ বার অ্যাটেম্পট অন আওয়ার লাইফ, বেগম জিয়ার জীবনের উপর তো কোনো হামলা হয়নি। বিএনপি আমলে তো প্রতিদিন বিশ্বকাপের খেলায় কোথাও না কোথাও গোলমাল, বিদ্যুৎ অফিস ভাঙচুর, নিত্যদিনের ঘটনা। বিদ্যুতের দাবিতে মিছিল করে মানুষকে গুলি করে, সারের দাবিতে কৃষকদের উপর গুলি, এসব তো দেখলাম। মজুরির দাবিতে শ্রমিকদের উপর, তারাই প্রতারণা করেছে জাতির সঙ্গে। গণতন্ত্র তারাই গিলে খেয়েছে। আটঘাট বেঁধে একেবারে ওয়াশিংটন গেছেন মিশন করে, পারেনি। বাংলাদেশকে নিষেধাজ্ঞা দেয়, সারা দুনিয়া টালমাটাল অবস্থা। মহামন্দার মধ্যে আমরা এখনো টিকে আছি। ছলচাতুরি করে প্রধানমন্ত্রী দেশরত্ন শেখ হাসিনা, তিনি সংকটকে সম্ভাবনা রূপ দেন। আজকে আমরা এত কিছু করেছি, বিএনপি লিপ সার্ভিস ছাড়া জাতিকে আর কি দিচ্ছে? কিছু আছে তাদের? আমাদের একে একে এই বছর শুধু উদ্বোধন আর উদ্বোধন।
Convener of the committee, Dr. Mustafa Jalal Mohiuddin, presided over the meeting. Member of Parliament AFM Ruhul Haq, Awami League Health Affairs Secretary Dr. Rokia Sultana, Office Secretary Barrister Biplab Barwa, among others, were present. Council of Awami League will be held in the capital on December 24th at Sohrawardi Udyan. A delegation of Awami League led by Council Stage and Decoration Subcommittee convener Jahangir Kabir Nanak visited the preparatory works today. Awami League Joint General Secretary Bahaduddin Naseem, Organizing Secretary Mirza Azam, among other central leaders were present at the time.
লাখো আওয়ামী লীগের নেতা কর্মী কাউন্সিলর আসবেন, তাদের আনন্দ এবং উচ্ছ্বাসের কোনো ঘাটতি থাকবে না। সকল আনন্দ উচ্ছ্বাস এবং শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে স্মার্ট বাংলাদেশ প্রতিষ্ঠার লক্ষ্য নিয়ে এবারে কাউন্সিল অত্যন্ত অর্থবহ। আগামী জাতীয় সংসদ নির্বাচনকে সামনে রেখে এবারে কাউন্সিল, এই 24শে ডিসেম্বরের কাউন্সিল অত্যন্ত তাৎপর্য বহন করে। কাজেই এই কাউন্সিলের সমস্ত আয়োজন আমরা সম্পন্ন করছি।
We now begin with international news. Ukraine's second city of Kharkiv was 4 hours left without power after the latest wave of Russian strikes targeted energy stations across the country. Local officials said as many as 9 power facilities were hit as Russian forces fired 76 missiles and carried out drone attacks on Friday. Kharkiv's mayor said the city suffered colossal damage. By the evening, 55% of residents had electricity back. However, Ukraine's power grid operator, Ukrenergo, warned that the scale of the damage could mean it will take longer to restore supplies. The body said in a statement that the energy system had lost more than half of its capacity because of the latest strikes, adding that the priority would be given to critical infrastructure, hospitals, water supply facilities, heat supply facilities, and sewage treatment plants. Ukraine has accused Russia of weaponizing winter by striking essential facilities at temperatures in much of the country are below freezing. The congressional inquiry into last year's Capitol riot will reportedly recommend 3 criminal charges against former President Donald Trump. The House of Representatives Select Committee will seek an unprecedented charge of insurrection against the former U.S. president, according to U.S. media. The panel is expected to publish its final report next week. Trump supporters stormed Congress on 6 January 2021 in a bid to stop Joe Biden's certification as president. The Justice Department, which is already investigating Trump's role in the unrest, is not obliged to consider referrals from any congressional panel. Authorities in Peru have held high-level talks to try to resolve a deepening political crisis triggered by the ousting of the former president. The Council of State, the body made up of representatives of all branches of power and church leaders, had a 3-hour meeting in the capital, Lima. Earlier, 2 government ministers resigned following days of violent protests over the impeachment of Pedro Castillo on 7 December. More than 20 people have been killed. After the meeting on Friday evening, the head of the National Board of Justice, José Avila, called on Peruvians to avoid violence and engage in peaceful dialogue with authorities. He said government ministers would be traveling to the areas where people were protesting in order to promote such a dialogue. The new president, Dina Boluarte, gave no statement to the press. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. We request you to follow the health guidelines. Keep your homestead clean and stay safe from dengue. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.